nothing. Just drop it on there and let it burn away until it's black. Until it's black as the griddle, okay? So when it's burned, what you really need to do is take your spatula, take it off so you keep all of that flavor and color. What does that add to our product? What are we going to add it to first? Brown stock, right? Because we're making a brown, we want a deep color. So if you're making mirepoix, save these because they're not waste. All right, they're good for your onion brulees. Now, for our mirepoix, okay, all we're going to do is a rough cut. Okay, for your quicker cooking stocks, smaller cuts are a little bit better because you get better absorption, right? If you're going to simmer something for a long time overnight, you want it to be large so that it doesn't disintegrate and make your stock cloudy, okay? But for what we're doing, just a simple rough cut like this is all you need, okay? Don't get fussy. There's no reason for it. You're not looking for precision, you're looking for yield, okay? You want 100% if you're cutting it just straight from mirepoix. Now, if you're doing your smaller cuts, what was the cut we demoed Monday? Dice. Okay, if you're doing dice, right, and you wind up with some scrap at the end, trim off the root and use that for your mirepoix. There's no reason to let it go to waste. So in your operation, if you're out there and you end up with all this little pieces of trim, save it, right? Don't let it go to waste. Make flavor happen, okay? Flavor on top of flavor on top of flavor. With all these little pieces, bits and pieces, makes a flavorful product, okay? When I was in culinary school, I had this guy from Brooklyn when I was in this class, and he was very, very Brooklyn. And he came in and he would say flavor on top of flavor, and so when you left, it's like in your head. But it's true. All these little pieces, all these little scraps. When Augie was cooking, he didn't have bases. He didn't have these super reduced, super salty things to work with, okay? He took what was available. Is this waste?
No.
No, there's flavor in it, right? Don't throw it away, okay? There's a lot of things you can do with it. You can take these, you can blanch them, you can puree them, you can make them into a coloring for a sauce, okay? There's all kinds of uses in your little scraps and trims. Watch those, starting to get a little bit of bubble, okay? That you should use, okay? Onion brulees. Now, let's talk about the carrot. Let's go to celery for a second, okay? Now, the thing about celery is, who's heard of celeriac? Who's heard of celery root? Okay? What you have is you have this big root that comes off the celery, a ton of flavor in that. That's all you need to take off, especially when you're making stock, okay? This stuff right here is a little bit more off. This stuff right here is flavor, okay? Don't come up here. Celery's a little bit bitter, all right? Some chefs choose not to use celery in their stocks, but just a little bit helps give different levels of flavor in your stock, okay? So, when you're cleaning your celery, you need to get in there like this. Now let me ask you something. Would you wash trash? No, okay? So if you are going to, let's say, wash your carrots, or wash anything, take the waste away first, like your greens. And you pick up a head of lettuce. Peel off the crap first and then go wash it. Or cut it first, then go wash it. Okay? There's no reason to wash something that you're just going to throw away. Would you use that in your mirepoix? Would you? I would. Okay? It tastes good, right? There's no reason to lose it. It's got flavor. Smell it. You know, if you rub it, and there's just a little bit of, here, go ahead. You guys take some, pass it around. There's a little bit of flavor in there that if you just throw it away, you're going to lose it. Okay? Rub it together, then smell it. It's not a lot, but it's subtle. And if that adds depth to your stock, okay, don't throw it away. So, wash it, and then for your stocks, just give it a rough cut like this. I don't think I need to go too far with this, do I? You guys get that? Okay, another thing. We didn't talk much about this the other night. The grip, the approach to the cutting board, okay? You own this space. Don't let it own you. Come up to it in control. With intent, with purpose. I'm going to cut this food, okay? Remember I showed you the knife grip, all right? There's this, you can back it up a little bit, all right? You can choke down on it just a little bit. Don't get too far, all right? But right here, this is your all-purpose grip, especially over the cutting board, okay? Cutting zone's right here. So, if you're looking at it, you got your defender and your offender, right? Okay? It's like this. Stand straight up. Don't slouch to look at your food. I see people trying to cut these julienne cuts and they're like this. They're like, okay? If you can't do it standing up straight, it's because you're not doing it right, okay? You don't need to lean over and look at your board that's tight. Stand up, hold it, cut it, okay? You don't need to come way up. If you come way up, you're going to cut yourself. The tip of the knife stays on the board at all times. Come down like this. Very deliberate cuts. Try not to do this a lot. Why? You can dull your knife. What's a way you can do it without dulling your knife? Backside. Turn the knife over if you need to push it. Okay? I personally like to keep this hand clean. All right? Push it off like this if you need to. Okay?